Hannah, you there? Oh, there you go. How you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
All right. What you got, sis?
Nothing. I'm sick of people trying to say that I cheated, and there's a whole bunch of things going on here. I don't have anything against Clarissa, but their team is a team, and I like to clear out the air about some things.
Please
The other
do.
day, I heard somebody saying that I haven't done enough, and it's been 2 years since then, and I haven't stopped doing. And that's something that people has to understand. There is more to the legal aspect of situations with the doping, testing, and all of these organizations that people don't know about, even us athletes. And so this is my first situation like this, and everybody was surprised. I was not surprised about it. I knew that I had been in contact with it, and that's why we did the report. There is a supplementary report. Is the only opportunity that an athlete has to report a substance if they have been exposed to it accidentally, intentionally, or not. And when you sign a document like that, it actually, if you check on the VETA documentation, it actually says you have to review the legal implications that this means, because is big stuff. So once you sign those things, you are laying, or you are all of your future depends on the authorities and how they handle this. They have their rules, they have their regulations, they have all of these procedures that they should comply, so that everything is secure and there is no cheating. Each one of those rules were violated in my case. I have all of that information. I have been able, after 2 years, to deconstruct what really happened. Is taking so much work. And when I hear people saying, well, she failed the test, it's not as simple as that. And I was a champion for almost 15 years. I've never failed a test. I've always done things. I've always been professional. I have never gave anybody trouble. And this was done just to get me out of the way. And that's okay. Like, I can do anything about it, and I haven't been able to do anything about it. But I think it's unfair for people to say that I haven't done enough, for people to say that I'm a cheater with the background that I have. And I will soon come out with all of these things so that people can access to it. I actually told you in several occasions, because my daughter stole my account, so you cannot see my name there. But if you want, I can send you all the information, all the breakdown of what happened, and you can check for yourself and conclude whatever conclusion you got. I'm just, they destroyed about 20 years of work. And I think that the least that I can do is raise my voice for myself,
I agree with you. But I guess the question for us, because we don't know, we just get bits and pieces.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. People don't know, because it is supposed to go like that. You're supposed to shut up and wait for them to do what they're supposed to do. But after 2 years and everything that I have, all the evidence that I have gathered, I just recently, like about 3 weeks ago, I found out that each one of the regulations were violated in order to get me out of the fight. And it's very difficult to see it in paper because it was not fair. But like I said, I'm gonna come out with the truth. But you know, the topic of Clarissa is hot right now, and I don't want to get on board with it because I am not trying to attack Clarissa. But when she says that she has brought up women's boxing and it has done good to us, that is not the truth. It is not the truth, not in my case. And we have had the opportunity to meet each other after 2018 a couple of times. She says that I'm running away from her, but I went up from 154 to 160 in 2018 to fight her. I only had one amateur fight in my career. I thought that I was going to lose badly, but I knew that I was going to give my all. So my experience against hers is little, but I gave her that fight. That fight gave me the understanding that I wasn't too far away from becoming the type of boxer that I wanted to become. Because I started boxing when I was 20. My first fight, I think I was when I was 25, something like that. And I didn't have the school that they have. So I always thought, this is my daughter. Please say hi. She's the
Hello,
owner
you guys
now,
in
the
Costa
owner
Rica?
of my account.
You guys in
And
Costa Rica, right?
yes, we are from Costa Rica. So, you know, I thought that I was going to lose badly just because of experience and everything. And after that, I started training, and I have made myself, I committed myself to work on my mistakes and stuff. And then 2021 came in. I was the champion for the WBA. Eve DeCare was the champion for the from the IBF. And Clarissa was the champion for the WBO and the WBC. When her turn to come to 154, happened, her team they were able to make me invisible. On March the 5th, Clarissa fought for the undisputed, and I was the champion. Through 2 days before the fight, she posted on her Facebook or something. She posted, good morning, 2 more days. And then she posted a picture of me, receiving a punch from her. I thought it was disrespectful to Eve because it was their fight, not my fight. But I knew she was being intentionally disrespectful to me because she told me in that image that she was fighting for my belt without having to face me, that she was going to take my place without having to face me. And I had been the champion for almost 10 years at the time. So I wasn't going to say anything, but when she posted that, I thought I had to say something. Not only because it was my position as a champion, but the reason why I didn't say anything before that is because I understand that the sanctioning bodies do as they please, for one. And secondly, I do respect their decisions when it comes to historical events. You know, I did understand the big picture when it came to, they were selling this as the fight of the century. And I did understand, why things were happening. So I kept my mouth shut. But when she posted that, I made a public statement. I can share that to you as well. Of course, it didn't get a lot of track. My team at the time wasn't invested in making my career happen. In fact, after 2021, I did not fight, thanks to them, 3 years more. And she fought that night. She fought for my belt. She got it. And then I went to the heavyweights. I won the belt in the heavyweights. In 2023, they offered me to fight. I was on the heavyweights, but I accepted right away. And I went down again. And then to 3 days after the press conference in Detroit, I came back home, and one of my dogs was like a ball, like very big, like a ball. I didn't notice that before. And we took her to the hospital, and they said it was about 3 days for the pups to be born. They were born on April the 26th, and the doctor sent them medicine. Know that at the time, I want to say that at the time, by that time, I had already not fought for almost 2 years and something, 2 years and a half. I had to get into training right away. I did not have a lot of resources because I had not fought in a long time, and my promoter at the time did not support me in any way. So I was taking care of my pups. We did not had help at home. It's just my daughter, my husband, and I. And I was taking care of the pups from 6 in the morning to 12 at night, and my husband will help me. He will help me at night so that I could sleep in, so that I can rest. May the 2nd, the testing was done. I already had 6 days applying the spray to my dog's C-section. And when the specialist of the doping testing came to my gym to do the doping testing, it took me about 3 hours to pee enough, because I just had sparred. So the body is not ready to pee enough of the liquid. So it took us about 3 hours to get it done. And in those 3 hours, we were just speaking and talking, and the subject about the puppies came up. And I showed him a picture, and he saw the C-section, and he said, "Listen, Hanna, what are you using for that?" So I showed him the doctor's thing for the medicine. And he said, "Listen, there is a substance here that is well known to appear in the exams, but that usually happens when an athlete has a dog and this situation happens. We need to fill out a supplementary form. That is your only chance." And I said to him, "But what are the dangers to it?" And he said, "Our mission is to protect athletes and make sure their well-being is intact. You have to trust the authorities that they will handle your information with ethics, integrity, and mostly you have to know that we have these jobs because of you. We want to take care of you." So I signed the thing and I sent it. A week later, they came and did the second doping test. 10 days before the fight, they called me and they said I was positive, and that the fight was off, and that I will have that the next 48 hours were going to be the worst of my life. And I said, "Wait, what is the substance?"
Do you have takes?
He is vanilla extract. He is lame.
No matter who you ride with?
And they say, "Well, they don't know this and that." My manager said, "They don't know this." So they send me the information. They already had the substitute, and the next day everything was announced. According to the rules of Beta and WBC Clean Boxing Program, every time that an athlete has a situation like this, the first one to be contacted is the athlete. I was contacted 3 days later, and I received the notification until the 30th of May. The 7th of, the 7th of June the 3rd was the fight. June the 7th, I sent a letter to the WBC and to VADA telling them that I needed them to review my information because they had a supplementary form that had let them know that I was in contact with that situation, and they had all proof. They had pictures of the dogs, they have the medicines, they have all that. They just decided to ignore it. They decided to paint me as a cheater, as if I don't have a family, as if I don't have a life, as if I don't have a right to have a life. And if this situation did not had a precedent. If you go into the internet and say Clostebol with dog's medication, and there's several athletes, many athletes that have gone through this situation. And they always come up innocent like I did, but the damage is already done. In situations like this, if you check Alicia Baumgartner, if you check Ryan and all of that, all of those situations were handled very differently. Everybody got to fight, but me. And so it's very difficult because at the time I had to shut up. I couldn't say much. I had to wait for the WBC CVP program to announce my innocent as an innocent until November. My belt was never taken away from me because of a sanctioning. Actually, they took it away from me on February of 2024 for inactivity, but I couldn't fight because there was no resolution out. By that time, from 2021 to 2023, I was supposed to fight Perkins. The fight did not happen because I ducked Perkins. Perkins is big, but she's very limited when it comes to boxing. She is very limited. So the reason why we didn't fight, it was because her manager said that nobody wanted to see the fight between me and her. And so the WBC never made the mandatory until October 2023, before they gave me the resolution. Because I did not have credibility or support, I was unable to organize an event. So in February, they took it away from me. Johannes fought for it, and then not much later, Clarissa fought for the heavyweights. So that is a part of more or less what has happened. The last time I spoke about Perkins, her manager offered me $10,000 to go to fight her in her house with no television. And I said, and then he charged me $15,000 for Perkins to come fight Costa Rica. And I said, are you delusional? She's a four fights fighter, and I have been a world champion 4 times, and you want to pay me $10,000 and charge me $15,000 for her? I said no. So when it comes to Clarissa, I was offered to fight Franchon Cruz this year and Clarissa. The thing with Franchon, just crazy stuff. But with Clarissa, they offered me $65,000 to fight Clarissa. I said no, because the first fight that we had broke records of assistance and audience. The second fight that could have happened was an opportunity that would have made money because our fight was a good fight. Right. 2023, this happened, and it has destroyed my career. I have never been the one running, but I do believe. Also, 2023 in Latin America, they sold the fight until the day before the fight. They sold the fight as if I was fighting. People will call me and they were like, "Oh, I'm so glad that everything is over and that you're still fighting." They kept selling the fight as if I was fighting, because of course nobody wanted to see Cornejo and Clarissa. But at the end of the day, it was done like that, and it's very difficult to hear people talking about this situation, ignoring everything that is all the context and how powerless I am and how powerful they are. Because that's the bottom line. If I would have had a team that will have support me and not just wait for Clarissa's opportunity to get their part, it will have been different. But I did not have anybody to fight for me. So, and that's okay. I can fight for myself. And hopefully, if Clarissa's and I fights happens one day, I'll be able to fight for it as well, personally. But yeah, I'm sorry for the long, for everything that is I know it's a big story and it's boring, but it's what has is actually what has happened.
Yeah, no, let me tell you something. At first, I wasn't sure who you were because I'm so used to so many faces coming through here. But once I realized who it was, I was like, "Oh shit!" But what I'll say is, I have two questions, and you're welcome to come here anytime because
pregnancy can bring serious discomfort.
like the
No,
conversation.
you have been amazing. I think you are very respectful. You are very fair. And I haven't got offended about anything that you have said. Just know that I respect you and I respect everybody. And I have tried to handle things in the best way that I can. It just seems like if I'm not loud like her, is because I have something to hide, and it's not like that. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Go ahead with your two questions.
Okay. One. So would you sign with Jake Paul and MVP so you would have the machine behind you to help you kind of get your story out? And two, what did you test positive for?
The medicine. Why did I test positive? I just explained.
What did you test positive for?
Oh, the substance. The substance is called clostebol. And it was in the medicine of my dog. It's called Neocept. In the human version is called Neobol. Have you seen that? It's like a spray for scars. So because my dog had a C-section, I had to spray it every time I clean the C-section. But the spray is of high absorption. If you are in a room and we spray like this, everybody will test positive because it's a high absorption medicine, but the laboratories are able to detect it, but they're unable to detect the quantity. Yes, but there has been since 2023, since 2020, there has been 3 studies. The first one in 2020, which is the one that VADA and the CVP program should have gone to study all of these things, actually says that laboratories are able to detect, but they are unable to detect the quantity. You can find out if there was an exposure to a superficial exposure like mine because of the metabolite that you find. And actually the metabolite that they had was the one for the one that the study says is my situation. So I'm just trying to say, I never denied that I was probably that I had a substance, but it is because I knew that I was exposed to it, and because the agent or the agent that came to do the doping test said to me, "This is your only opportunity. You have to trust that they are caring for your well-being, right?" And so that is the substance. But I can send you everything. I can send you the laboratory test. I actually have everything ready. I'm ready to come out with this. And I'm not trying to attack anybody, but I was the first world champion of my country. I was the pioneer in my country. And I always thought that was my legacy. But when I was going to fight Clarissa in 2023, I prayed to the Lord and I said, "Listen, Lord, I want to honor you. I want to honor you with this fight." And all of these things happened. And then I was like, how am I going to honor you like this? But it's been a ride, and I have learned a lot. And I learned also that the only way to honor God is in these moments when everything that you thought was going to be different is not. And so I now know that my legacy actually has to do with this part of protection for the athletes, because this cannot happen again. I don't know how many other times it had happened already, but it can just not happen again. I know there is financial interest. I know that some fighters or most fighters are protected when they have a belt, but it's unacceptable. We don't deserve it.
What's up? I'm Quentin Rampage Jackson.
I am Demetrius Johnson. I'm Luke Rockhold.
What's up? I'm TJ Dillashaw.
Jackson changed truly.
Well, Jake Paul's doing great things with women boxing. Has he reached out to you? Would you consider working with him?
Do you think anybody will reach out to me while Clarissa keeps the narrative alive that I'm a cheater?
Okay, I understand what you're saying. So you feel like there's a bit of a conspiracy to keep you in the position you're in right now?
I'm not talking about conspiracy. I will send you the info. You can see it, and then you can conclude if it's not a conspiracy. Not it's just I have to prove that things that they proceeded wrongly, and the only reason why, while they will go against their own rules, has to do with financial interests. That's how it goes. And this is my problem. We, the athletes, please read the forms from the VADA thing. Read the forms and read what we are signing. Because in those documents, it is clear that if an athlete fails, not only their career is destroyed, but they let you know you will be responsible and you will assume that responsibility, and they will make you assume it. And I have done that. But what happens when they're the responsibles and they're the ones that do not respect their own rules? I believe there has to be accountability on both sides.
I agree with you on that. So you weren't given a
And
ban.
the other question?
Yeah, just one more. So you weren't banned from boxing. You just have been kind of blackballed.
That's right. But it is soon going to be over. And that's why I'm so thankful, and that's why I came to you. Because like I said, it's been 2 years of gathering evidence, of trying to understand what happened, studying everybody's rules, trying to know where did I did wrong, where did I go bad, where did they went wrong. And like I said, it's been difficult to actually look at it and know that, I'm sorry, that they did not care about my daughter and her future. That is hard to swallow. But I will be soon fighting. I have found a team that believes in me. And once the truth come out, I don't expect a lot because I have tried to put it out there. But I do hope that Clarissa stops repeating that I'm a cheater. And we'll see what happens. I'm eager, hungry, and these are my last 2 or 3 fights. I haven't fought in I fought in December, but really and truly, I haven't been in the ring for almost 5 years, constantly. So I really want to take advantage of it, of the time that I have left, and this new legacy mission that I have. Just leave it out there for other athletes and parents and trainers and everyone that needs to know what they need to take care of and what they need to be careful with when it comes to the industry itself.
Understood, man. I want to tell you thank you so much, because it's an honor to have you on here. Honestly, let me tell you something. I was not expecting that. So there's so many people want to know what's going on with you, because all the other women are active. There's something going on. Even if they're not fighting, you mentioned Fashion Cruises, she's on Twitter doing fashion. Everybody has something going on, but you're the one that everyone's like, where's Hanna? But now we have a much better understanding.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, when they know what this situation causes in somebody's career, it is not secret to them. And that's why people in my country, when all of this happened, people will.
Luckily with Quicken, you can make a plan for virtually anything, whether it's saving up to commission a comic.
There will be the people that was happy, right, that this happened, and very few. And then there was these people that would look at me and go like, it's okay, don't worry. And I was like, no, it is not okay. You have to know, I did not cheat. It is not okay. I'm an athlete. I've been an athlete since I was 5 years old. And I've been in since I was 7 years old. I've been in competition processes, so many. I am 42 today. So I have approximately about 35 years of training and dedicating myself to make sure that I bring the very best of me into a competition. So like I said, it's very hard to see your whole career destroyed, and credibility when it comes to people hasn't been affected really. But it has affected me when it comes to brands and when it comes to these things, because even though they trust me not to have been able to do that, it is not good for their brand,
They don't want to be attached to that.
Exactly. So they know what this does to them, to somebody's career. And I know they were hoping that this will bury me for good. But like I said to the Lord, I wanted to honor him. And The journey is not over yet.
Right. Well, I appreciate you, man. And you can jump on here anytime and just talk boxing because we'd like to pick your brain on things because everybody out here think they know boxing. They ain't actually in the ring getting hit. So you
I've been
42.
watching you every day. You come up in my
Really?
stories or you come up in my notifications and I go in.
Yeah,
It's good. It's good.
Okay.
I've been
that just
trying
lets
to
you
get
know.
your attention too. I'm like, this is Hanna Gabriels. My daughter stole my account. This is Hanna Gabriels.
No, I skimmed on it today and I saw something about my daughter, something my account, but I started running my mouth and just trying to people calling in and reading. It wasn't clicking. But when you came to the
That's
stage,
okay.
and then I had to look, and then it's like once I realized who it was, I let you talk. But I was thinking, oh shit.
No, it's okay. Like I said, you have been very respectful, and I'm not one to, feel like be offended or feel attacked by really nothing. But like I said, it just has been so destructive that it's difficult to hear. Well, she hasn't done anything and she can't prove anything and she don't deserve a match against her and she gave you the opportunity and you messed it up and all of those things because it is not truth. It is not true, but like I said, it seems like the shackles are coming off soon. So,
we can't wait to see you back in the ring. That'll be great.
oh, and you know what? I'm going to tell you this here so that you can get it. And when I fight, you'll remember this. Even though whoever has been behind all of this, have stopped me from fighting, I haven't been able to fight to get better as they say is needed. I promise you, and I will show you that they have done nothing to stop the growth. I'm so excited. And like I said to Clarissa, she told me, oh, you were trying to get advantage over me. And I said, listen, Clarissa, I don't need to. I have one amateur career and look at the fight that I gave you. I promise you this time it will be different. You have no idea the kind of monster that you have made. You and your team. So I can't wait either, my friend.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. And hi to all of your viewers. They're amazing as well. They're respectful. They're nice. And I just want to thank you for having me and giving me the opportunity giving me the benefit of the doubt, but also giving me the opportunity to clear out the air and feel a little better.
I think scent has a huge impact on your mood and the overall experience of a whole.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. You're welcome. Have a good night.